Hello, welcome to OMAT. Glad you're here. We're going to do the 8 essential exercises. They include yoga, meditation, and a lot of mindfulness practices, which is why I want to talk really quick about toxic positivity. Toxic positivity. What a funny phrase. And we toss it at people who do meditation and yoga and mindfulness exercises. When I was growing up, it was called flaky and out of touch. And we depicted people who did mindful meditation. They sounded like, oh, your house burned completely down? What a gift. And I feel like it's out of context because mindfulness practices like yoga and meditation, writing, these are a skill. These are tools that you have to sharpen in order to cope with life. And it has helped me so much. So sure, roll your eyes, let them roll their eyes. In fact, roll your eyes as you're doing it, but doing it, because I think making fun of mindfulness practice is like making fun of drinking water. Let's get into our practice. Let's get present. Maybe we use water to get present. And now we use words like let's get present. And I used to in my head just not comprehend why you would use those words, not understand how being still or writing or doing, what we called pretzel-like poses for yoga. I didn't understand how it could help until I did it. And I really believe that you could do it for just 1 minute, 10 seconds, however long. And that's what we're going to practice. Let's get into the present. We're saying things like present doesn't drive you to a mental institution and hold you there. It actually keeps you away from the thoughts that get you a little overwhelmed, out of control. Getting present means we're right here, right now. We're okay. Let's keep going. Let's go into our gratitude practice. What does that do? Puts a pause. It widens our lens. It doesn't say everything's just fine. It says, and also, these are things that I can be grateful for. So, and also, let's look for what we could be grateful for right now. If you were able to find anything to be grateful for in that minute, you saw the shift that your mind had to make. And if you couldn't find anything, you see what a tool it is. You see what a practice it is. We have to sharpen that. We have to actively participate in this to see it. Let's keep going. Let's go into our meditation practice. For 1 minute, we're going to prove to ourselves that we can sit, be still, maybe stop thinking of something that we're not interested in thinking of. Let's practice sitting in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed, and breathe. As we come back, let's find our water. And come back from where, right? That's another thing. It's another phrase that I say that maybe my younger self would make fun of. Where am I coming back from? I'm coming back from the gym of my mind. I'm coming back from the practice of deciding what's going on in my head. Let's keep going. Let's decide what we're going to write down. Maybe allow the writing to come. Again, what does that mean? It means that I might be scared to write something down, might be hesitant, and I'm going to allow it to happen anyway. That's a practice. Let's sharpen our tools by writing anything right now. Let's wrap for now. Finding water. And finding a way to be okay with whatever we wrote. And if we're not, we're going to practice moving away from it. We're in our yoga. That means the writing doesn't exist anymore. That's in the past, and the past is gone. So let's get into our yoga practice. Quick story about yoga for me. I rejected yoga. I didn't understand what pretzeling and how it could help, but I had some back problems, and a friend of mine suggested a couple of poses because my ignore it until it goes away or get it dismissed by doctors wasn't working. And I did those couple of poses. It all automatically changed my life, and I changed my mind about yoga. Let's practice. Let's do a sun salutation. Inhale the arms up. And even just this changes the way my body feels. Look up and fold forward. We're hanging over our feet. Back is nice and rounded. Our knees can be as bent as we want them to be. And when you're ready, halfway lift. Flatten the back so it could be parallel to the ground. Straighten out the knees, look up. Let's meet in a high plank. Plant your palms down, step your feet back. Feel the strength of your body before, with elbows near, you lower all the way down to the ground. Once you're there, push your palms, your chest will come up, head comes up, look up. And then we're going to meet in down dog. Bend the knees and hips up into a down dog, upside down V with your body. And then walk the feet towards the hands. We're going to rise slowly, meeting the palms above the head and exhaling them down to the center of the chest. If you added a pose, great. If you skipped a pose, that's great too. We're listening to our body. We're adding water to it. And we're moving along. We're going into our plank. We have the strength. Let's keep that strength by exercising it, get in that ready position, mind and body, agreeing to go, being willing to go, and getting set, going in 3, 2, 1. Plank pose starts now. Why? That's what we're doing. We are exercising right now, and we're going to use our mind and body right here. That's 10 seconds. Now, this is a physical exercise. How does one use their mind during a physical exercise? Let's use this exercise to find out. That's 20 seconds. Paying attention to how you're talking to yourself. Seeing if that works. Are you yelling at yourself? Are you encouraging yourself? For 30 seconds, what can you tell yourself to conjure up the strength that you need to stay in this pose? And that's part of the practice. For 20 seconds, if I say, hold still, I can do this. My body is prepared. I am practicing it. Give me one more second. For 10 seconds, if I can keep encouraging myself to do the thing that I want to do, which happens to be this plank pose right now, for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Come down off the plank or stay there for another couple of seconds. Okay. And stretch your way back. Get into whatever poses sort of undoes the strength that it needed. Maybe stretch, maybe a down dog, maybe just raising up your arms and then reaching back, patting yourself on the back because it takes a lot to do this. Let's take yourself into the next exercise with some water. It takes a lot to do all of these exercises, even just sitting still. So it's going to take a lot to start something that maybe we're procrastinating about. That's why we're going to take the smallest step. We're going to look for the smallest step and take action right now. Let's wrap the task for now. Find the water. And as with all these exercises, this is where you are mind and body right now. This is where you are in an ability for a plank pose. This is where you are in the ability to break some procrastination. It's not you forever. It's the practicing you. So let's keep practicing. Let's practice connecting with other people. Just like with little kids, we still have that little kid inside of us where an adult says, say hi. That's what I'm saying to you right now. Say hi. Let's look for someone to connect with and see what happens right now. Let's wrap for now. Having some water. Maybe noticing where we're at in our connection muscle for now, for today, for this minute. We notice, we don't have to do anything about it, we move on. Moving forward into our aerobics, what does that mean? Maybe we're going to try to get our heart rate going a little bit. Maybe if we're walking, we put a little energy into it. Maybe get our knees a little bit higher. Challenge ourselves. Let's find a way. Pick an exercise and go in 3, 2, 1. Move your body and look at you. As soon as you start moving, feel free to feel proud of yourself because you could just choose not to. That's 10 seconds in. And if you chose not to so far, choose to do it now. You can sit there and think about it, or you can be active. That's 20 seconds. Either way, this time is going to pass. So let's take a little bit of action. And if we don't feel like getting up, or if we can't, do it seated for 30 seconds. Do something with your body. Now, if you've been moving, this might be getting a little challenging. Let's see if we can meet that challenge for 20 more seconds. What do you have in you? What can you conjure up? What do you want to do today with this exercise? For 10 more seconds, let's put whatever we have into this exercise. We have 5 seconds left. Finishing strong. 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Those are the exercises for now, for today. That's what our body and mind responded to. Thank you for taking OMAT.